This is the dashboard for the Studebaker, and what I'm doing is, because the dash was it was all pitted really bad, so I cleaned it all up with some Bondo, and I'm gonna make a mold. That's what all this stuff here is. I put it on a piece of plywood, and I got some cardboard coming up to the edge of it. So when I fiberglass this, it'll come out onto the cardboard, and then when I peel it off, it'll be the mold. Now I've got right here, the green is mold release. It's polyvinyl alcohol, and it's water soluble. You just spray it on there, and it turns into like almost, it looks like saran wrap when it dries. It just coats it pretty good. But I've been waxing it too, just to give it some extra release. But when you make the mold, you got to make sure these edges here, they taper out. There's not no underhanging, so you can't pull the mold off because there's something, part of the mold is underneath. So everything has to be facing out here. These were the two holes that mounted on either side of the car for the dash on this side. And as you can see, I just built it up with some cardboard, sprayed around here. I used Bondo to kind of put a harder finish on the cardboard. And what I did was, the original dash came like this. It was real narrow, kind of like a Model A. And I wanted a little bit more room for some gauges. So I added this section here, and then again leaving the outside edge tapered out so I can be able to pull off the mold. And so I just gave it it's like third coat of wax, and we'll get it probably within the next couple of weeks. We're going to pull a mold off of it, and I'm thinking that to help raise some money to finish this car, to do some more work on it, I'll probably sell some of these. Maybe I'll sell some of these dashes for guys that want to make rat rods or something, and they want a dashboard. I mean, even though this was off of a Studebaker, I mean, you can make it to fit anything, any old car. I could probably just make a bunch of them out and sell them cheap, raise a little money, and then use the money to finish the hot rod for stuff I need. But this is just another project that I'm working on, and this is the mold release wax. It's just like bowling alley wax. I don't know. It's just a wax. I guess you could use just about any kind of wax, but you give it about 5 or 6 coats. You put it on. You wait 5 minutes or so. Polish it off. Wait a half an hour for at least a half an hour for the next coat, and just make sure you don't let. You gotta have to wait a half an hour. Sorry, wait a half an hour to let it set. So when you first put it on, you got to buff it off within 5 minutes. You don't want it to set in an unbuffed state. It'll be all rough. So you got to polish it and then let it harden afterwards before you put the new coat on. But that's just another part of the project I'm working on, and I got the mold for the wheel centers, for the wheel caps for the mag wheels. I've been waxing the inside of this, and I'm going to be making the first trial out of this to see what happens. That would be interesting to see whether this is just a waste of time or if it's actually going to work. So I don't know. I'm kind of concerned about this area here, where it's going to bolt to the actual wheel. This being only maybe 3/16 of an inch thick right here. I don't know if that's going to be strong enough with fiberglass. I'm thinking maybe I'll have to put may be a pain, but a little metal, thin sheet metal plate sandwiched. Puts on some fiberglass, put the sheet metal, and then fiberglass again, and have that in there just for reinforcement. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Probably when I pull the first one, we'll see how strong it is. And if it's junk, well then we'll either come up with a different idea or see what we can do. Alright, so still progressing slowly because now it's freaking dark out by the time I get home. And I don't get much done anymore like before. Okay, see you later.